What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, undefeated, two-division world champion, former unified super featherweight world champion, superstar boxer, Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson is taking on Dominican lightweight star title contender, Edwin Santos, who is 16 wins, 1 loss, no draws, 14 wins by way of knockout. Shakur Stevenson is an Olympic silver medalist, undefeated two-division champion, former unified super featherweight WBC WBO world champion. Now he's a lightweight superstar title contender. They're going to fight. Shakur Stevenson is 20 wins, no loss, no draw, 10 wins by way of knockout. Shakur Stevenson is 26 years of age, 5'8" with a 68-inch arm reach. Edwin Santos, 24 years of age, but he's listed at 5'8" with a 70-inch arm reach. But when you saw them face to face, he's anything but that. Nonetheless, they're going to fight tonight for the vacant WBC World Boxing Council title that has been vacated by lightweight, undisputed, now former undisputed lightweight world champion, now junior welterweight title contender, Devin the Dream Haney. So with that said, tonight on a Thursday night, Las Vegas, Nevada, T-Mobile Arena, Shakur Stevenson, Edwin Santos. They're both southpaws. They're both skilled. Shakur Stevenson is uberly talented. He's a special talent, especially with his attention to details, his reflexes, and his defense, his counterpunch ability and seeing holes, his accuracy. Edwin Santos has a very high work rate, very aggressive, boxing skills, but has a lot of power, have thudding power. So this is being deemed as the toughest fight of Shakur Stevenson's career, the most competitive fight of Shakur Stevenson's career, right? Against Edwin Santos tonight. After watching the face-off and seeing the comparisons, seeing the side-by-side, seeing the size difference. And the reason that this is important is because typically great big men, you know what they do? They beat great little men. And in this case, we have a great big man versus a very good little man. They're both talented. Edwin Santos, he gets hit extremely, extremely a lot. He was dropped by Jose Valenzuela. That's the fight that he made a name for himself and announced himself as one of the major players in the lightweight division. Edwin Santos shocked the world, beating El Rayo, Jose Valenzuela, knocking him out. But in that fight, it gets overlooked that he himself was dropped and hurt badly. And El Rayo was countering Edwin Santos, but he didn't have the ability, the skill set, and the ring IQ to close the show and stay out of harm's way himself and stay out the way of the power of Edwin Santos. That's not going to be the case tonight with Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson is an extremely uberly talented fighter that is very, very sharp on defense and has extremely sharp counterpunch ability. And tonight, Shakur Stevenson is going to display that at the highest level. You are going to see tonight the absolute best version of Shakur Stevenson tonight. The best version of Shakur Stevenson you are going to witness tonight. He's going to put on a masterclass performance tonight. Edwin Santos is going to be too slow and too predictable for Shakur Stevenson. Now, in the beginning, as Shakur Stevenson is going to avoid that power, gauge what Edwin Santos is attempting to do, gauge the distance, and understand the hand speed of Edwin Santos. Understand his range. And once Shakur Stevenson gets that down pat, which I believe it'll be about the 3rd or 4th round, he'll start to figure out the distance that he can use to control Edwin Santos, counter him, and force Edwin Santos to make mistakes on his way in. Shakur Stevenson is going to start to change levels on Edwin Santos and is going to start to land some brutal combination punches. Shakur Stevenson is extremely sharp and very good at adapting to what his opponents do. Not good, but great. And once upon a time, Shakur Stevenson will make you miss and not make you pay. And he got absolutely hammered in the media when he had that performance. And he wasn't active going back, meaning that he was making his opponent miss, but he wasn't making his opponent pay. And because of that, right? Because of that, back in June of 2021, when he faced off against Nakatilia, right? And he has a lot of power. And Shakur Stevenson, he was staying away from that power. He was making him miss, but he wasn't making him pay. And many people, Nakatilia, he has knockout power. And many people deem Shakur Stevenson as boring. They labeled him boring, said they didn't want to watch him anymore, said he had to be way more aggressive. And from that point forward, Shakur Stevenson had made it a point to make sure that he is more aggressive and more accurate and more offensive minded in these fights. Not just making you miss, but making you pay as well. And so in that fight, he learned a valuable lesson that fans just don't want to see you be completely defensive minded. They want to see you have offensive output as well. And from that point forward, the Jamel Harrington fight, the Oscar Valdez fights, right? In his most recent fight, Yoshino, he absolutely painted Yoshino, stopped Jamel Herring, should have stopped Oscar Valdez, right? Those are big fights. And he made a statement. And he showed you that he got better and better every fight. Now, this is no walk in the park, right? Edwin De Los Santos hits harder than Oscar Valdez, harder than Yoshino, and harder than Jamel Herring. And he's crafty. And he's a southpaw, right? He has an aggressive mindset, but he can be slick. And he has counterpunch ability. So this is an extremely dangerous fight for Shakur Stevenson. But ultimately, it's a fight where Shakur Stevenson can showcase his talents. And he's going to do so in a great fashion. And he's not going to get the credit for doing so. Shakur Stevenson, in my opinion, is going to put on a masterclass performance. I've been saying this the entire time. Because Edwin De Los Santos at times can reach from too far out. He can get sloppy with his punches. And he can get hit with counterpunching. And I think that Shakur Stevenson is one of the best counterpunchers in all of boxing right now. And I think he's the best defensive fighter in all of boxing. And that's not going to bowl well for Edwin De Los Santos. And again, Edwin De Los Santos is going to make it rough and rugged, but he doesn't tie up very well. That's another thing. So when he gets caught by clean combination punches from Shakur Stevenson, he doesn't tie up very well. He looks to still be offensive and still be aggressive. And so I think he's going to press the issue, press the fight, and still look to be aggressive in the moments where he's getting tagged. And that's going to be the downfall of Edwin De Los Santos. But again, he's crafty, and this is a dangerous fight because in between those punches, in between those combinations that Shakur Stevenson is throwing, best believe Edwin De Los Santos is going to be aggressive in his own right. Edwin De Los Santos is going to attempt to land his own counter punches in between. He's going to throw with Shakur Stevenson. That's going to give Shakur Stevenson openings, but it's also going to give Edwin De Los Santos openings to land his power. And he has more power than Shakur Stevenson has power. So Shakur Stevenson, his defense is going to have to be on display at the highest level tonight against Edwin De Los Santos, which I truly, truly believe it will be. I truly believe his defense will show up big time tonight against Edwin De Los Santos. And I think that Shakur Stevenson is going to stop Edwin De Los Santos by the 9th round. I think in the 9th round, Shakur Stevenson is going to be teeing off on Edwin De Los Santos enough with combination punches and counter punches and punches that Edwin De Los Santos don't see. He's going to get dropped, I believe, in this fight, possibly a flash knockdown. But the referee is going to have enough at the 9th, about that late rounds, the 9th round, of Edwin De Los Santos getting hit clean and early and often. And I think the referee is going to say they saw enough. Edwin De Los Santos is not going to stop coming. He's going to showcase his heart. He's going to showcase his aggressiveness. He's going to look to showcase his power punches and his talent. But ultimately, that's what's going to put him in trouble. And I think in the 9th round, Shakur Stevenson is going to stop Edwin Santos tonight in the 9th round. So that's my final prediction on what I think is going to take place in this fight. And Edwin Santos, he does have a puncher's chance. He can land a punch Shakur doesn't see. But more than likely, Shakur is going to be on his A game on defense. And that's not going to bode well for Edwin Santos. So I got Shakur Stevenson winning a 9th round stoppage victory. That's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. So all I got for y'all. I'm gone. Peace.